On this episode of Knucklehead Garage, it's a 6-day Jeep build. I don't know if we'll make it or not. Action! Alright folks, we are at our new shop right here in Coleman, Alabama, and it's finally time to work on Project Mall Crawler, our Jeep JKU that we rescued from the insurance auction. And not a whole lot has changed on it since we first got it. We've done put a little trail miles on it, a little action at the off-road part, but that's about it. Well, that all changed a few weeks back. We went up to see our buddy up in Cincinnati, Ohio, GCI Digital Imaging, and got a wrap done on it. Got the logo on the hood, snow camo, and all that America going down the side. So we're pumped. We've got a pile of parts sitting in the shop right now, so let's see what we can do. Let's get started. So we've been gathering parts for this build for about a month now, and we've got a bunch of good stuff over here on the table. Bad thing is now I've got a total of 5 days to completely build the Jeep and have it ready for its maiden voyage on Tuesday. So game on. All right, first things first, we got it up here on the rack, and like I said, it was a flood vehicle in some brackish water, so it's got some rust on it, and all the bolts and stuff are going to be pretty dang rusty. So I got some of this WD-40 Specialist rust release penetrant spray. We're going to use it and try to get everything sprayed down good with it, leave it, let it sit overnight, and then come back and hopefully start taking everything apart in the morning. Got to go ahead and get those bumpers off. We got some awesome ones coming from Motobilt. They're at powder coat right now. And then it's going to be a wrench fest to get this thing done in a couple of days. Alright, so we stayed up late at the shop last night, went ahead and got all the bumpers removed off the Jeep, wheels and tires, all that good stuff. Well, now it's time to build this front axle. So a Sahara JKU comes with a Dana 30, and look at that cute little thing. Not very strong. So we opted to go with this guy. This is a Dana 44. Out of a Rubicon JK, and we're gonna put some RCVs in there, air locker, 35 spline, beef it up with the truss. So now I've just got to get the axle first thing first, get it all cleaned up and ready to weld the truss on, and then get it loaded in with gears. This is what it looks like when you've been grinding for like 3 hours. But we've got our Artec truss all in place. Went ahead and cut off the stock drag link mount. The real important thing to trust these axles, because even the Dana 44 on the Rubicons are weak. Their axle tubes are really weak, so the truss helps strengthen everything up, helps strengthen up these upper link mounts and everything. Definitely a good idea. So everything's in place. We've cleaned up around where we need to weld. We'll come in, do some tack welds to keep all these lower pieces in place. Take the top pieces off, fully weld everything, put the top pieces on, weld it, and then after that we've got some more brackets that will go on as well. We even got the C braces. We'll have those on the top and the bottom on the C. Keep those knuckles from bending. Let's get to welding. Don't worry, I got Jake Berkey doing the welding. He's a better welder than I am. I mean, they're decent welds.
Step 2, hire a professional welder.
Or a self-proclaimed professional at least.
Doesn't get much more professional than us, right?
Alright, we've taken and loosened all the bolts up on the Jeep. Thanks to some WD-40, most of them came out pretty easily. And now we're going to sit it on the ground, unbolt everything, and leave the axle sitting. Start building the axles. Lowrider.
Regular axle or pretty good? Yeah,
Well, day 2 of the 6-day build of the JK is over with, and we made a little bit of progress today. Front and rear axles are both out. That's good. Needed that to happen. And almost got the Artec truss installed. Got a little more welding to do. Ran out of gas for the welder, so I'm gonna head and get some in the morning, and then we will be back at it for day 3. All right, so here we are, day 3 of the Jeep JKU mall crawler build. Got Jake over there finishing the welding. I went and got him some welding gas, so that's good to go. Went ahead and started hanging the upper links for the Icon Vehicle Dynamics 3-inch kit. While I was out, I went ahead and picked up all of our Motobilt Armor. Buddy Tim Meeks up at Rocky Hollow Metal Fab went ahead and got everything powder coated nice black for us. Ought to match the wrap pretty well. So now, while they're welding, I'm going to finish installing everything on the stock frame, removing all the other junk off of here, and on to the next step. Whoever designed this should be fired. Seriously. Okay, so the trick on this passenger side upper control arm bolt that hits the exhaust, I kind of pried the control arm to the side a little bit and then hit it with a chisel and a hammer, and it kind of got above the exhaust, so hopefully we'll be able to get it back in there. We'll see. Well, here's my fix. Take it or leave it. Not a professional mechanic, I just bolt stuff onto things. They want you to remove the exhaust. That's probably all rusted and corroded and no fun to take off, so I just put the bolt in backwards so it would clear. The little tab thing still works just the same. Good to go. Alright, as you can see, I've got the upper control arms all mounted in place. Now it's time to do the lower control arms, and that requires putting some grease in the bushings. Of course, we got some of this WD-40 Specialist multi-purpose grease. We're going to use that, and these bushings that come from Icon have these little grooves. You just want to make sure you fill all those grooves with grease before you put them all together. Alright, so quick note on the Icon kit. Now these lower front control arms, the bend will be closer to the axle than it will be the frame. So make sure this bends closer to the axle. Of course, you got a sticker, it helps you out. It's going to be facing outward. And yeah, make sure the Zerk fitting for the rear one is facing down so you can get to it, and just the opposite on the front so you can get to it. Because we're going to do some of those Artec lower control arm skids on the front as well. The size of the heim on these lower links, they're freaking massive. It's like something that would be on a rock bouncer. Got this one all ready to go. We'll get it installed. We already got the other side in place, so time to mount it up. Stock icon, beefy. This is your upper control arm. Put that bad boy in. We already got the other side installed, and then we can get back to work on the axles and feel like we got something accomplished. Winding out day 3 here. Alright, so we finished welding up basically the baddest stock housing Dana 44 that you can build. Getting ready to put the old ARB in there, ring and pinion, 513 gears, all that good stuff. Get that thrown in there tomorrow. Hopefully get it under the Jeep, robbing the knuckles and everything off of the 30. And then we got the rear axle getting torn down so we can start re-gearing it and putting a zip locker in it. So yeah, JKU build day 3 of 6. We might make it.
So give you a little background, we didn't start off with the hardest thing possible. We've tried slide hammers, we've tried pry bars, we've beat on it with hammers, we've done everything that you normally do to get one of these out, and it wasn't budging, so we had to bring out the enforcer. Ready? Yep.
That worked well.
That worked not bad at all.
I didn't shoot near as far as the other one.
No, the other one shot off all the way into the floor and skidded across the pavement down there. That was a good one. Cool. All right. Pull the gears out.
All right, here we go. It is day 5 of the Jeep build, aka Sunday. And we went up to Wheel Pros last night and got the wheels. And while we were gone, Sebastian went ahead and installed the ARB air compressor that we got from Up Down Air. Got the lines, gonna get all that, work on getting that installed today. Re-gear the rear axle and lock it. Get the gears shoved into the front axle and get it all put back under there because we got today and tomorrow left, and that's it. We might make it.
Right there is probably a better pattern. You don't like being on camera?
I don't like cameras.
You don't like cameras?
So when you got a factory Dana 44 Rubicon housing, it comes with a little hole right here that allows the electric locker wiring to go through. Well, we made a plate and drilled and tapped it so we could run the ARB line through there. So we didn't have to drill any extra holes, and it covers up and seals that hole. So short got pretty good. When there's rusty bolts that don't come out, you just heat them up a little bit. And tear the knuckles off of this stock 30. They're the same as what comes on a 44, so we'll throw those on our 44 housing and be good to go. What do you do when you don't have the right tool? You cut one out on the right plasma table. Ain't that right, Jake?
That's right. Check this out.
Oh Lord.
Now, you can just, well, might have to edit that. It will work.
Get a bigger cheater bar.
Yeah, it's picking up the whole act.
Okay, we finally got the front air locker all installed. Those 513 Yukon gears, and the way this works is there's a little copper line that runs above the gear set in the housing and then out the factory hole. We made this plate, and yeah, good luck, little copper wire. I hope you don't get mangled. It might last. Who knows?
It might. Cross your fingers, it might last.
The new Yukon diff cover. Boom. That's how you make a little dinky axle look badass right there. Artec truss, Yukon diff cover, 513's locker. About as good as you can make a stock.
About as strong as they're going to get with 35 spline axle shafts and RCVs.
This is why rust sucks. Last bolt though. So you can't build the ultimate front Dana 44 for a Jeep JKU without a set of these. Now these are 35 spline, 300M RCV axle shafts. Now they are supposed to be twice as strong as a stock Rubicon axle shaft in Dana 44, and they're also supposed to be about the same strength as a stock Dana 60. So they're pretty beefy, and the best part is they're just as strong fully locked turned as they are straight. And you also won't have that wheel hop when you turn real sharp like you have with U-joints. All that's eliminated with CVs. So we're throwing these in, and this front axle will take a beating. All right, dinky little Dana 30. We robbed the outers off of them. The outers are identical. Dana 30 outers, Dana 44, same thing. Got the knuckles thrown on here. We'll get all that bolted down, get it ready to install in the Jeep tonight. You can't have this much awesome of an axle and not paint it up to make it look pretty. And then it's time to start re-gearing and locking the rear axle. So, not bad. We still got the rest of the night. It's about 9 o'clock right now, 9 p.m. And still got some wiring to do on the Jeep, so it's getting close. I'm kind of confident. I think we can pull it off. So we still got all tonight until Tuesday morning. So I gotta sleep.
What? I can't hear what you're saying. My press is too loud. That's it.
Only the best equipment here at Bust Knuckle Off Road.
Top notch.
It's finally time to put the front axle in. Been waiting on this for like 5 days.
5 days.
Look at those beautiful orange boots. I'll be getting stuff on my boots, man. This video is brought to you by energy drinks and strawberry cake.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
Ah, the things you catch on camera.
we haven't done laundry in so long that my knees are starting to stick to my jeans.
That's
gross.
gross.
Set of Carhartts right here is like heaven.
The struggle is real. Shop life. What's that strawberry cake look like in there? Making everybody hungry right now on YouTube.
Yum.
All right, so current situation, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning on day 5. So we got like till tomorrow night, and that's it. But good news is, good news is me and Sebastian are still here. But Princess, Jake Berkey, has went to bed already. Not any more to say about that. Good news is, the axle, that ultimate Dana 44 is in the front of the Jeep. No more Dana 30. It's in there. Links are hooked up. Time to throw some shocks on there. Steering, track bar, all that good stuff. Casey came by and helped us out. Got those Motobilt sliders done. They're good to go. Still got to do front rear bumper. The rear axle is set up. We just got to finish bolting everything together and the final install on it. And yeah, so just a day left. Go get the tires and wheels mounted and balanced. Do an alignment. Finish up the up-down air install. Hook up the air lockers. I don't know. We might just get this done. It might just happen. 6-day Jeep build. Day 5. I think we got this. We're all jacked up on energy drinks and strawberry cake. Yeah, we got this. The things you break at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, how's this even happen? Cool springs are in. It's starting to look like a Jeep again.
Air stuff.
Yeah. You know what's faster than bolting something on? Welding it. Alright, it is officially 3 o'clock in the morning on, I guess we're on day 6. This is the final day of the build. We still have a lot left to do, but we're going to hit it back hard in the morning. and see if we can get this done so we can go on this epic off-roading adventure. Here we are, day 6, the final day of the Jeep JKU build, and this is the best part of the Icon kit, and that is these badass shocks. Compression, rebound, damping, all adjustable on these shocks. Pretty sick, and they're for a Jeep. It's like, I don't know if it's a Jeep or a race car. Need to make a quick shout out for Yukon. This is how you run an air locker with an airline. On the ARB air locker, it was all the way over here. We had to run it over the ring gear and then out over here. This is how it's supposed to be done. Good job, Yukon. Now just make a 35 spline front Dana 44 locker and we won't have to worry about that. Okay, here we are halfway through day 6 of the build and we're starting to make some progress. Like, it's starting to look like a Jeep again. I'm kind of pumped. We've got the front lift pretty much installed. The axle's under there. Not a whole lot left. Favorite part though? They got these 35 1250 Wildpeaks wrapped in some 17-inch XD wheels. KMC freaking knocked it out of the park with these. I had some V-locks coming. They had to get custom drilled. Couldn't make it in time. They're getting powder coated that BK yellow. So we're going to run these and probably put them in the showroom and sell them once we're done. But they're going to look pretty good on the old Jeep. We got a few other little surprises. We're going to put we found an air tank that just sits in here really nicely. So we're running onboard air with the up-down air system. And we're going to put a little air tank right there that'll sit real nice. And yeah, it's getting there. We got to wire everything, plumb it all, but it's going to happen today. And we're going to go on this wheeling trip. I might show up late, but we'll be there. And Sebastian's going to ride shotgun and give moral support. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we got Jake over here laying down some beads on the rear Artec truss. That rear housing. Keep you from having issues with bending axle tooth. It is locked, geared, and ready to go. We're gonna throw a coat of paint on it, and then it's going under the Jeep. Front axle's all done and installed. Got steering stabilizer on there. I had to do some drilling. Move the mount a little bit, make that work. Working on wiring all the compressor and all the air lines to everything. Get all that plumbed in. Kept trying to find a good spot on the interior to put a panel for the switches, and I think we're going to put it right here on the center console. I think it's going to end up being a good spot. We cut a nice little plate out that I painted white to match the Jeep for the 3 air switches. So should be pretty sick. Still day 6, about 8:30. It's getting there. We got the rear Dana 44 all nice and trussed up. Got that Yukon diff cover, the Yukon zip locker in it, and some 513 gears. I need to put a little paint on it. Front lift kit is done. Just ready to bolt the wheels and tires on. Working on getting the rear axle in while Sebastian installs and finished wiring the compressor and all the lines and all that good stuff. Probably gonna be another late night. That's okay. Rear bumper's on. Getting there. Gotta be on our way to the park in the morning. Should make it. Rear suspension is finally done. Front suspension is done.
Woo!
Painted the green so you can't see it.
Woo!
Done. And Jake's excited. It's
Yes,
like
sir.
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Sick front bumper. Yet someone angry-eyed me. This is unacceptable. Don't do this. Not okay.
Unacceptable.
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning on day 6, aka Monday. and time to put tires on finally. Tires. Okay, I guess it is Tuesday, whatever. It feels like Monday. Yeah, we gotta leave in the morning to go to the park to start an off-road trip / road trip. So wish us luck. I used the 5 load. I do a star pattern. They're just a good looking wheels and tires.
Yeah, I like it. It's 2:30 now. Been working on this Jeep for now.
Haven't seen Carter one time.
Haven't seen Carter one time. But Matt has graciously offered to take us all on a cruise.
A cruise? Y'all can go on a cruise. I'll pass. Bolt that in there all nice like.
Oh, nimbly wimbly from tree to tree.
Do you love Jeeps now, Jake?
Oh, I've always loved Jeeps. I just don't love this Jeep.
But I mean, it hasn't really even been 6 full days. It's been like, we weren't here Saturday. It's been like really like 3 full days.
Yeah, it's been a couple rough days though. I mean, there's been a lot of craziness happening in this shop. Things been thrown across the shop. We launched an axle shaft about 5 feet. Beating the crap out of that axle shaft with a porta power on it, and it shot it off. That was pretty entertaining.
Porta power.
And then
porta power is my new favorite tool.
Sebastian, he's nicknamed Lump right now because he's done smashed himself in the head twice.
What's the scar look like? That's it.
Holy crap! I haven't even seen that.
That was from when he dropped the axle.
It was on jack stands, and he's blaming me.
In the head with an axle, and then he's pulling on this pry bar, and the bolt snaps, and I'm looking across the shop, and I just see him go wham!
Like on a cartoon.
It was excellent. But anyways, just a few more things left to do, and this thing will be roadworthy. So
we think.
It's yeah, we think.
We hope.
It all went together well, though. I mean, once we finally figured out how everything went. Nobody really does a good job at directions, so a lot of stuff's just kind of, you know, figure out as you go. But pretty happy with it. Here's a good little tip for gear oil getting in your diff. A little DEF spout fits on a gallon jug perfectly, and you can empty it out in the diff pretty fast. All right, folks, I think we've officially made it. It is 3:15. We were supposed to be heading to the park in like 5 hours with no sleep. We're gonna get it aligned in the morning, and then it's road trip and wheeling time. So we made it about where the Ranger's sitting and tore a brake line off the frame. So now we're replacing it.
I have safety glasses on.
And Jake has safety glasses on, just so you know. Yeah, don't worry, we were supposed to already been at the park by now, so I guess we're just gonna meet him at Windrock. But it's already 1 o'clock. So yeah, but we're gonna get there and we're gonna wheel, by God. It does look good. Get the little brake line situation worked out. I think we'll be in good shape.
Gotta get this to come down. Okay.
You ever wonder why Jake doesn't answer the phone a lot? We're usually having him do stuff like this.
See if we can flip it, maybe. It's definitely bent. Like.
Finally, I am driving the JK. Finally. Heading to the park, gonna meet up with the other guys, and then it is time to do some wheeling. Thank goodness, it's about time. All right, so far, I'm liking the Icon suspension lift. It rides better than stock, that's for sure. And I have them on like the middle setting, like setting 5. So we'll play with it over the course of this event, see how it goes. Might soften it up a little bit once we start getting off road. We'll see, depends on how fast we want to go in the dirt. But yeah, like that. The 35 Wildpeak Falcons are pretty dang smooth. I'm actually really surprised. They balanced out well. They look freaking good on those KMC wheels. And I like them. So far, they get a big thumbs up on the roadworthiness, so now we just gotta find out what they can do off-road. So, on a side note, I let Sebastian talk me into not running the front sway bar because I didn't have sway bar disconnects. Yeah, that was a bad idea. I'm gonna have to get some kind of sway bar in links because about 70 it starts getting a little squirrely and the wind blows. It doesn't like to stay on the road. So yeah, run your sway bar, kids. All right guys, this is it. This is Project Mall Crawler. We started out with a bone stock 2008 JKU Sahara. It was a flood damaged vehicle. We got it at insurance auction for cheap and decided we were gonna build something that we could daily drive as well as hardcore wheel. Well, first thing we wanted to do was rip out that weak Dana 30 out of the front. I found a junked Dana 44 out of a wrecked Rubicon. We then threw that in there, went ahead and trussed it with an Artec truss, their lower control arm skids, as well as the raised track bar brackets, and we shoved it through full of RCVs, the best of the best RCVs, Yukon, 513 gears, locker, everything, and threw it in this front end. And that way, with a 35 spline locker and 35 spline RCVs, we knew we could beat on this thing and it would take it and we'd be able to drive it home. All right, after that, we threw in a 3.5-inch lift from Icon Vehicle Dynamics. It's got some ridiculous shocks on it. They are fully adjustable and it made a huge difference in the ride quality, way better than even stock on this machine. All right, the next thing we did was for the rear axle, we went ahead and trussed it with the same Artec truss on the rear. We locked it the same way with a Yukon zip locker, as well as 513 gears to make everything work together and to spin those KMC 17-inch wheels and the 35 Wildpeak Falken tires. Spin those going down the road pretty easily. We'll pour a little 3/8 in there. Still needs some help in the WUPAL department, but we'll work on that later. Then we installed all the armor from Motobilt. We got their front bumper, their rock sliders, as well as their rear bumper. Couldn't be happier with that stuff. It's nice and tucked into the body lines. Nothing sticks out, super wide. Super happy with that stuff. And what else we got? Oh, you can't forget about the ridiculous GCI digital wrap they did for us. Full snow camo with America on the side. You can't beat that. And yeah, then we did the air up, air down system. Fully ready to go. You can hop in your rig, air it up, plug in all the things, air everything up, air everything down within minutes while everybody else is out running around tire to tire. Makes a huge difference, and couldn't be happier with how it turned out. You know, we couldn't do a whole build video without giving something away. Custom Splice also hooked us up with one of these fair leads they custom made for us with our logo on the top. We'll be giving that away as well. Also, one of their soft shackles and some Artec lower control arm skids, just like what we put on this JKU. All you have to do is make a comment below, let us know what you thought about the Jeep and the parts we put on it, and if you want to know how much each one of these parts are or where you can get any of it, we'll leave the links in the description. And if you want to check out some older episodes of Knucklehead Garage, they're all over here. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Head over to bustknucklegear.com, check out some of the new hats we just threw up on the website, and as always, thanks for watching.